I'm Max Treboni. My title is Director of Service Operations. I've got our customer support facing group as a part of my team. So that includes the IT service desk, the frontline call center where people call to get help from the university and on really any IT related issue, as well as our managed IT support services desktop support staff. So on-site support staff, not just in the Columbus campus, but at all of the regional campuses and mobile folks supporting all of the OSU Extension offices and outlying research stations across the state. I've been with the university over 20 years. I actually started full-time as a help desk technician myself in 1997, but I started as a student employee in 1993. Actually, the whole time with predecessors of what is now OTDI. So I've been through lots of letter salad from ACS to ATS to UTS to OIT to OCIO to OTDI. So the IT service desk provides frontline, first level IT support for faculty, staff, students, guests, alumni, random passersby of the university on really any IT related issue, honestly. We have phone support, email support, self-service tickets, and do walk-in as well. It really is primarily servicing OTDI's enterprise-wide services. So those things that are offered to everybody at the university, whether it's email or network connectivity, usernames and passwords, of course, wireless configurations, Office 365, OneDrive, all of those things. The BuckeyeBar is essentially the walk-in arm of that IT service desk that we offer on Columbus campus as well as on some of the regional campuses where a student or faculty or staff, but the BuckeyeBar in particular serves mainly students, can walk in and get IT support on all of those things I mentioned, general OTDI services. But then another service that we provide a lot at the BuckeyeBar that is something students can't really get a lot of other places without having to pay is we do a lot of malware support. Somebody got a nasty infection or something on their personal computer and we help them get that cleaned up and back up and running. What is the service desk now? Formed in 1996. And so, we had a central IT service desk of some kind, occasionally called the help desk, occasionally called the technology service center or technology support center, starting in 96. And, we started with 10 full-time staff and a pool of students that rotated between 10 to 30, and we had limited hours to begin with, and then we switched to 24/7 support. We have added managed IT services. We've folded in other call-in service desks or phone support lines from around the university, and we've grown. So the frontline IT service desk now has 20 full-time staff. We average anywhere from 15 to 30 student employees at any given time, and we're a 24/7 operation serving Columbus campus and all of the regional campuses, all OSU folks across the state, and a variety of call lines. So, folks can call in for IT service support, password resets, email support, classroom helpline. One that not a whole lot of people know we also answer is the university operator line. So it used to be on campus phones, you'd dial 0, that had to ring to somebody. That rings into the university operator line that the service desk answers. The bottom of almost every OSU website is the number 614-292-OHIO, and that rings through the university operator line that we still answer today. So, we get calls on that, anything from, when does the term start to where's the best pizza on campus. The type of support we do has changed a lot as well. So the early days of the service desk, computers weren't as tech friendly. I mean, it was honestly, some of the things we did were, long, complicated configurations to help people get their dial-up connected, right? So we were walking through things like that, things like complicated Windows configuration settings to make sure your internet worked, and technology in general has gotten a lot more user-friendly than that. So we don't have to do that kind of, complicated little detail work, but at the same time, we have such a more vast and broad offering of services in IT. And so instead of really digging into the details of all those things, it's more of a mile wide and a few inches deep type of support. When managed IT services stood up and we reorganized the service desk, we brought in desktop support. And so, we now offer that, kind of full service support for what somebody as a staff or a faculty member might think of as their tech person's needs. So, whether it's setting up a new employee with their computer and peripherals and all of that on their first day of work, or whether it's refreshing that computer after it's been in use for 4 years and their time to get a new one. as well as all of the support needs they might have in between, whether it's installing software, replacing a broken keyboard, helping with a weird Windows error. But then if in-person assistance is needed, we've got desktop support agents located nearby to our customers in buildings across campus, including in Mount Hall, including in the Technology Network Center, TNC, and then various places around the Columbus campus and again, all the regional campuses as well.